Good morning. Thanks for joining me on Cooking with Joyce today. We are going to make some biscuits and gravy, something really warm, one of my favorites, and it's a really simple recipe, trust me. All right, so the biscuits and gravy is a really simple recipe. Remember, you want to go ahead and buy the MSG-free sausage. Remember, we had that in another episode. So you want to try to keep away from MSG. It only takes a pound of sausage, about a third a cup of flour. I like to, then with the seasonings are going to be like 2 teaspoons of black pepper, half teaspoon of salt. I put a little bit of Cajun, but cayenne pepper in there, and a smidgen of garlic and a smidgen of onion powder. I shouldn't have, so I probably would say like a half a teaspoon probably of all of the other ingredients, but it doesn't normally cause for garlic and onion powder, but I just think it gives it a little more flavor, and then the cayenne pepper will give it a little bite. I like my food spicy. If you don't, leave the cayenne pepper out. And then it takes about 3 cups of whole milk. So let's get started. All right, so this sausage is already done. And if you have a lot of grease, personally, I like to pour most of the grease off. Leave a little bit in there for the flavoring, but just pour some of the grease. And you're gonna sprinkle the flour, mix it in, on medium heat. Little by little, just mix about a third of a cup, and mix it all in. Uh-oh. All right, so it looks a little dry and pasty. That's what you want, because you're gonna, with the oils from the sausage and the flour, it's gonna give it a nice thick roux. Then I'm gonna go ahead and add the seasonings that we talked about. The freshly ground pepper, the salt, a little bit of garlic, and a little bit of onion powder. Just add that in there. And next is the milk. There you go. About 3 cups of milk so far. If it begins to be a little too thick, then you just add a little more milk to it. So that's basically it. And you're gonna let this simmer, and you'll see it's gonna get really nice, thick, and delicious. We'll let that simmer for a bit, and you'll see how it's gonna transform into a nice, thick gravy. Okay, as you can see, it's starting to bubble. It's gonna get nice and thick and creamy. I wanna talk about biscuits for a second. I have here some done biscuits. They're just some nice flaky buttermilk biscuits. Now, I can call it it's kind of like a cheat. I like to do things homemade, but this is a good, quick way to make some biscuits and gravy. Just some already done biscuits. If you wanna make your homemade biscuits, then you can do that as well. I like homemade food, as you can see, but like I said, this is a nice quick recipe for some biscuits and gravy. All right? There you go. Look, it's getting nice and thick. All the flavors. I like to put the seasonings in it while it's thickening so that your gravy is nice and seasoned. And we are going to put this over a biscuit in just a minute. All right, doesn't take long at all. Gravy's all done. See how nice and creamy and rich that is? What you're gonna do is just take your biscuit, open them up, and put them on the plates. I'm just doing one biscuit at this moment, and just slather the gravy all on top of it. A little more. Now this one has a little kick to it. If you don't like spice, as I explained, just leave the cayenne pepper out. You can just do the black pepper and salt. But I like a lot of flavor. Here we go. let's taste this. So there you have it. It's nice biscuits and gravy, all that good yumminess. A good warm breakfast for if you like. So I just want to thank you for joining me again today on Cooking with Joyce. Thank you. Thank you for joining me on Cooking with Joyce today. And I just want to remind you, if you have anything you need help with, if you just want to send me in an email or Instagram, feel free. I'd be happy to help you with any recipe you'd like to try. Thanks again. We'll see you next time. So, the health tip for today is to simply remember to wash your hands more frequently. We are in a huge, horrible flu season. And do you know that bacteria can last on different surfaces for hours and hours? You know, your grocery cart, your phone especially, the escalator ram or the rail, your ATM buttons, and your mailbox, the mailbox push buttons and everything, the crosswalk buttons, everything. So just remember that bacteria can live on surfaces for hours and hours. You might come along, touch that, whatever it is, and touch your mouth or your eyes. And that's how bacteria enters our bodies. And before you know it, you have either a cold or the flu or something. So just remember to wash your hands, not use sanitizer. Good old soap and water. Wash your hands under the running water for a good 30 seconds and keep yourself healthier this winter season. Thank you.